So yeah,
The book starts at the Warfield in San Francisco, essentially. The story starts when you meet Garcia backstage. And I think somebody told me recently that there are 22 individual little dressing rooms.
Yeah,
And the
well, they would do legit theater.
It was from vaudeville days, is what it was from.
Right.
So they had just this warren of backstage rooms. And you were brought in to, you're not even exactly sure why you're brought in at
Right.
first.
No idea.
But you're kind of thrown in the room with Garcia, and all of a sudden this crippling pot gets circulated throughout the room. And I mean, you're practically immobilized by it, but you're trying to be cool. You're kind of, okay, I can do this.
It's a stress test.
It's a stress test.
If I may interrupt, the Dead,
Yeah,
if you couldn't do that,
yeah,
it's not going to work.
right.
Because they're just the whole scene.
And you've got Parrish looking at you. He's checking it out. Oh, yeah. Well, is he freaking out? No. Yeah.
Steve is a very sweet person.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shocking the difference between his image, but he was doing a job and he did it really well.
Yeah.
He was intimidating, and you watched yourself. But when that part of it was over, he was just a great guy.
You mentioned in passing that you had both seen the Grateful Dead and worked with them at, was it the Capitol Theater?
And elsewhere, yeah.
When you were doing stuff for
John Scher.
John Scher. So how does working with the Grateful Dead immediately seem different than working with conventional bands?
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
aside from when you got to know them, when you were dealing with them in New Jersey and just being either the director or the cameraman working on Grateful Dead shows.
The best way I can put it is just a complete freedom in what they were doing, which ultimately is why I had to get the job, because film and television directors need scripts. All right, give me the set list. Well, there really isn't one. There's no set list? Well, we have 120 songs, and we do 12 or 14 a night. I'm like, okay. I mean, I knew that, but the average director, that's like, and in the old days, you couldn't just film everything because it was way too expensive. Nowadays, 20 cameras, nobody cares.
Right.
But, so that sense of going out there without a net was the name of one of their albums.
Yeah.
And as a director, you have the best seat in the house. So you're seeing close-ups of everybody, all 6 musicians, watching them interact. I can only pick one at a time to show the audience or to put on tape. I can put a couple onto tape. But the sense of like, what are you doing? What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? And the time's passing, and if enough time passes, you could hear the crowd chatter go up because they don't care. They're in on it, and the chatter would get so like a party. And then all of a sudden you'd hear a song starting. Oh, we're at a concert. and what is it? Oh, it's The Wheel. Oh, and they calm right down. And often, sometimes the pauses were sometimes pretty long.
Especially with the Garcia band.
Yeah,
Endless time between songs.
Right. Well, he was
in a good way.
Yeah, he was saying, I think, we'll play when we're ready.
Yeah.
And you're just here. We're glad you're here, but they understood, and you're having fun. And every other act is like, there's the set list,
right?
And it's good to know it in advance if you're recording it. But they want to keep it moving. And I love the Stones. Keith is my hero. He's the only person I say that about. But it is moving fast. That's part of what they do, even at 83. But that was just not their thing. It was, and then what people would call noodling, which is known as improvising. And I remember I went to see a show, the Spectrum or someplace, with a date, and they went into a space music. And she said, "See, this is what I don't get. All 6 of them are playing different stuff." And I'm like, yeah. We have a lead bass player, a lead rhythm player, 2 lead drummers, and towards the end, after I'd seen them a million times,